That kind of sucks. Join the live, join the live, join the live, join the live. Join the live if you want to be a warrior. Okay, wait, let me get out the road. Join the live, join the live. If you want to be a warrior, join the live. If you're tired of living life like a mediocre civilian, getting swept by challenges left and right, join the live. If you want to join an army of men dedicated to becoming the best version of themselves, but also taking the war to the enemy. You know, guys, we gotta take the war to the enemy. Join the live. If you want to be a warrior, join the live. If you're tired of living a life of mediocrity, join the live, bro. Join the live. If you want to make a change, join the live. Today, we're gonna be going over why modern men must live like warriors. Why modern men must live like warriors. Quite simple. Really crazy. Why must modern men live like warriors? There's a lot of reasons why modern men must live like warriors. Hey, so for some of y'all, I know that your neighborhood's a battlefield. For some of y'all, I know that your school's a battlefield. Alright, so join the live if you want to become a warrior. Today, I'm gonna go over why modern men must live like warriors. Very, very, very important that we understand why modern men must live like warriors. All right, come on, guys, join the live. If you want to become a warrior, join the live, join the live, join the live, join the live. Join the live if you're tired of being a casualty of life. Join the live if you're tired of being a victim. Join the live if you're tired of being a civilian and you wanna be a warrior. You wanna be the warrior of your sector, of your neighborhood, whatever it may be. You don't need to be a cop. You don't need to be in the army. You don't need to do nothing like that. All you need to do is join the live, and I'll tell you why, first of all, because most of you guys don't even want to be warriors. So obviously I have to make a video like this before even starting something like this. All right. Obviously I have to start slow, but join the live, join the live, join the live, join the live if you want to be a warrior. All right, let me get into this. Okay. So why must modern men must live like warriors? Why modern men must live like warriors? Number one, strength against softness. The world encourages comfort, ease, and indulgence. Living like a warrior builds resilience so you don't collapse under pressure. You have to understand this, guys. When you live your life like a warrior, it gives you strength. But when you live your life like a civilian, all you do is consume. All you do is consume. All you do is indulge. Think about your kids, man. If you got kids, man, what do you think is going to be safer for your kids? For them to have a father that is just obsessed with indulgence? Not disciplined enough to even change him? Or it's better for them to have a father who is a warrior, and that every single day they go to war for the kids. Tell me which is better. Tell me which you rather have. What did you rather have as a kid? Did you want to have a dad who was there for you, who warred for you and your mom? Or a dad who and I'm sure there are even people who are watching right now who could be in a position where their father was an alcoholic. Their father, all he did is smoke cigarettes. Their father, all he did is indulge, instead of taking care of you. I know you felt that way. All your dad did was indulge. But the reason that's number one. The reason why you must live life like a warrior, because it creates strength in a world that creates that a world that encourages indulgence. When you're a warrior, man, you're not like everybody else. You have missions, assignments. You're not a civilian. You must take yourself out of the civilian rankage and put yourself as a warrior. You gotta be a warrior in this modern day. And you know what? People say especially, it's not especially nothing. As time hasn't changed. The world that we see around us, that you see around me, all right? The world that you see around us, it's like a technological version of the medieval times, basically. Yeah, we're not slaughtering each other everywhere and there, but it's different. There's anger, there's still hate in the air, you know? Yeah, it's not like in the medieval times. I won't get killed if I'm just walking the street, but we're still living in a pretty messed up time where people always judge. And there's still death. There's still people getting hurt. So that's number one, man. Number one is strength against softness. When you become a warrior, you got strength against not even against a soft world, against a world that encourages softness. You feel me? All right, number two, clarity and chaos. A warrior trains discipline and focus, which cuts through distractions, social media noise, modern temptation, and the other things. So guys, that's number two, man. Number two, being a warrior creates clarity and chaos. When you're a warrior, man, you just have a vision, a special vision that people might not have. When you're a warrior, there's something in you that ignites. You have clarity. You can see far past what people are seeing. Hey guys, welcome to the live. And this is why modern men should live like warriors. Number one, it creates strength and softness. All right, in a world that encourages softness, living like a warrior creates strength within that softness. We live in a world where everyone wants to indulge, everyone wants to eat, everyone wants to smoke, everyone wants to drink. All we do is indulge, and that indulgence has made us weak. That's why you see the guys in the army, they eat when they gotta eat. Hey, when it's time to work, it's work. When it's time to eat, it's eat. And eating is 15 minutes, and let's go. You feel me? So that's number one, strength against softness. Number two, clarity and chaos. When you're a warrior, man, you got vision, bro. When you live your life like a warrior, you got vision, man. You could see well. You have 20/20/20/20/20 vision when you live your life like a warrior. It's like, if anybody watches Naruto, it's like a shotgun gun. You just could see the moves before it even happens. That's what happens when you live your life like a warrior. That's what happens. That's what happens when you live your life like a warrior. You have vision, clarity amongst the chaos. In a world that's telling you a whole bunch of things, you know what's your clear mission. You know what to do, when to do it, when you're a warrior. Guys, remember, like and subscribe for more content like this. If you want to be a warrior, if you're tired of living a life of mediocrity, this is the channel for you. All right? So like I said, number two, clarity and chaos. Clarity and chaos. Gives you that vision, man. You can see, you can hear. Not only see, you can hear, you can feel. You could even feel better. And yes, not about the feeling. I mean, your intuition is better when you live life like a warrior. You feel me? When you live life like a warrior, your intuition is, I don't know, man. It's like you're sharp. You feel me? Thanks. Yeah, I know you're okay. Your beard might be bigger than mine. That's cool, bro. You know? Okay, like, again, I'll use that for example. Bro saying his beard is bigger than mine. When you live like a warrior, you're not distracted by goofy things like that. Like, oh, well, you know that it's just a beard. Okay? In the battlefield, when you get sliced up, your beard doesn't matter. What matters is if you could fight. What matters is if you could hold your own. What matters is if you could run at the right time and not get yourself killed. That's what matters. Beards are relevant when it's time to cook, when it's time to fight, when it's time to not die, right? When you live like a life like a warrior, you understand what's important. You understand the mission. You know there's something bigger out there, and that goofy things are irrelevant. Clarity. I remember that Mac Miller song. Mac Miller, clarity. Clarity. Clarity, bro. You need clarity. You need clarity in this life. And that's why you should be a warrior. That's number 2. The reason why you should be a warrior is it brings clarity. When you live life like a warrior, you see clear. You get what I'm saying? Yes, of course. Communication is violence. Let me get into this. I want to get into this. Let me replace this and let me get into this. Violence. Oh no, that's not the one I wanted. Oh yeah, it's the one. Violence. Look, I'm not saying you go out and punch everybody in the face. All I'm saying is that sometimes violence is necessary. Even the most peaceful of Christians, like myself, in the Bible, violence was necessary. Because if it wasn't for violence, they would have slaughtered the people. They would have slaughtered, let's say the enemy would have slaughtered. Like this in the Bible, you see how there's the enemies who are going to slaughter the Israelites, and there's a whole thing about that. If you can't defend yourself, you're done for. Tell me, Mr. Null, if someone's going to crack your head open and you have nowhere to run, what are you going to do? All right? That's all I'm going to say to that. Okay? And this channel is not at all encouraging violence. But what I'm saying is that sometimes self-defense comes with violence. And I'm going to protect myself and my family before I let some goofy kid from the streets or from anywhere try to hurt me or my family. Is that understood? I hope it is. And again, that's what being a warrior is about. A warrior is understanding when to be violent, when to be peaceful. That's what it is. A warrior, when you're a warrior, man, you understand the difference between being violent for no reason and being violent to protect your company. Your company is everyone around you. Your girlfriend, your wife, your mom, your dad, anyone around you, man. That's your company. That's your company. All right? So that was number 2, man. Again, when you're a warrior, you have the clarity to understand that. And again, thank you for that, Newell. You have the clarity to understand when to be violent and when not to be violent. When to attack, when to retreat. That's what being the ones who are not a warrior, the guys in the streets try to act tough, the ones who just try to fight anyone and just throw punches anywhere they could throw. Those are the ones who are in trouble. But a real warrior, someone really does MMA, will understand how much they can hurt someone, or how much they can get hurt. They're the ones. Guys who do MMA almost never become violent because they understand. Get knocked in the mouth a couple times, and trust me, you won't be violent anymore. You feel me? So that's number. Right. Number three, and the last point. Purpose over pleasure. Instead of chasing quick indulgence, food, entertainment, Netflix, anime, a warrior chases growth, honor, and long-term fulfillment. Guys, when you live like a warrior, I'm sorry, but you're not watching a marathon of anime. I'm sorry, you're not. You're not watching a full marathon of anime, okay? I like anime. I like video games, but when you live life like a warrior, okay, cool. When you live life like a warrior, you're not just distracted by entertainment every second. You understand that this is real life. Like, you wake up, you understand, whoa, this is real life, okay? I got things to do. I got people to protect. I got people to take care of. It gets more real when you have kids. A lot of you guys who don't have kids don't understand how real it is. It's real when you have someone to feed. Most of you guys, the reason why you live like kids, the reason why you can't even fathom being a warrior is because you don't have kids. You got nothing to fight for. That's number 3. Why men must live like warriors. It's to stop seeking entertainment. Let me get vices. You seek your purpose. When you live like a warrior, you have a purpose. All right? When you live like a warrior, you know what your purpose is, and you're going full throttle towards it. You feel me? That's what happens when you live like a warrior. You chase your purpose non-stop. You feel me? That's what happened. That's what happens when you live life like a warrior. You're purposeful, driven, always ready, head on a swivel. You understand what your purpose is, and you know where you're going. And you're not just you're not living a figment world. When you live like a life like a warrior, you're not on call all day because your life is caught. You're not on COD all day because your life is COD. You understand? When you live life like a warrior, you're not playing video games all day. You're not watching. I'm not saying don't watch any anime. I like anime. But I understand that there's my episode of anime, but there's also real life. People I have to take care of. Things I have to do. As a warrior, I understand that in life, you have to understand the balance. I'm not saying not to watch it. I'm not saying to not watch any anime. Please. I'm not that YouTuber that's like, no, nothing. But what I do understand is that you have to live life like a warrior. And even warriors knew how to relax. Even warriors had their time to, sit. Like, even if you think about back in the medieval days, the times for the warriors to relax was when they started, they were doing their party, drinking, eating their meat. Hurrah! We just won a battle. Hurrah! We just won the war. Hurrah! 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 So even warriors relax. Even warriors had a form of entertainment. We don't want to get into that, but we know what it was back in the day. All right? Even warriors had a form of entertainment. Guys, remember, like and subscribe if you want to become a warrior. Like and subscribe if you want more motivation like this. Like and subscribe if what I'm saying makes sense. If being a warrior is stupid to you, well, it's not for you. But if this is for you, if you're like, I want to be a warrior, like and subscribe for more like this. And number 3, it was a warrior chases purpose over pleasure. Purpose over pleasure. When you're a warrior, you focus on pleasure. When you're a warrior, you focus on purpose. When you're a civilian, you focus on pleasure. Keep being a civilian. What happens to civilians? They become casualties. This is serious. Okay? That was number 3. Okay? Warriors chase purpose, not passion, not entertainment, not indulgence. Warriors chase purpose over pleasure. P over P. P over P. All right? So that's it for the video, guys. That was the 3 points. Let me go over those 3 points again, in case you forgot. Number 1, strength against softness. Number 2, clarity and chaos. And number 3, purpose over pleasure. Okay, guys, it's very important that you guys remember this. It's why modern men must live like warriors. Look, the world's breeding soft men, and I'm not gonna be here for it. I'm gonna be doing the opposite. All right, this channel is gonna be to breed warriors, and if you're excited about that, join the tribe, like and subscribe. I'll be back with some more videos like this, guys. Love y'all. Peace.